Welcome! This is Solopreneur Success Strategies, where we talk about mindset, your website, your brand, your social media marketing, your customers, how to sell to your customers, how to find your customers, how to talk about the skills and knowledge you need in your business, and free software and tools to help you save time, money, and be more productive, as well as strategy and systems here on Solopreneur Success Strategies. Welcome! Welcome, this is Jane Gardner, and welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies. And today it's Mindset Monday on Solopreneur Success Strategies, and it's time to wake up from our routine and start the week with some more on mindset and some pleasant slides. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jane Gardner, and I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm over in Western Canada. And about 3 years ago, I came onto the internet to help others with their business. So we've been talking about the mindset of the entrepreneur and what are the traits are of the entrepreneur. For those of you who don't know, I also have a Tuesday Get Your Message Out Tuesday about brand and messaging. Wednesdays about customer and customer service and customer referral. Thursdays about the skills and knowledge you need as a solopreneur. Friday is about free software and tools you need in your business. And Saturday is all about your systems you can use in your business to free up your time. And Sunday is all about strategy and how to have a business plan that you can deal with every year to change your direction so your business can grow rather than stagnate. So today it's all about mindset of the entrepreneur. And so let's have a look at the last one. That is no good, is it? It's also called Imperfect Action. So the mindset of the entrepreneur, some of the traits we've been going over and have been for the couple of months is positive attitude, having passion for your business, being an action taker, embracing the change as an entrepreneur, determination and persistence, being willing to take failure as feedback rather than as failure. What is your big why? Why are you doing this? What is your big picture for your life? You having a patience, but also being an action taker, and delicate balance it is, but that is what an entrepreneur does, is they have patience as well as being an action-taking person. And right now we're talking about the willingness to learn. We've done a few episodes on that, so you can go check them out on my Solopreneur Success Strategies playlist on my YouTube channel at jgtips.com/YouTube. But for those who know me, you know that I continue on even with imperfect actions, because imperfect action is better than no action. And so we've been looking at, obviously, previously at positive attitude, passion, being an action taker, embracing change as positive, being persistent and determined, having failure as feedback, knowing your big why, your big picture, being patient as an entrepreneur and be willing to change direction, of course. That would be the change part. But an entrepreneur also needs to be open to learning every day. The internet changes so quickly. Facebook changes its algorithm. Google changes its search. That the tactics that work today could be gone tomorrow. So it's better to learn strategies rather than tactics, and to be open to always learning new skills and knowledge. So we're looking today at some of the ways that we can get the wisdom from knowledge through learning. If by 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, we can learn wisdom by reflection, which is noblest. Second, we can learn by imitation, which is easiest. And third, we can learn by experience, which is the bitterest. So that's a quote from Confucius, and certainly it is wise to think about, because it's always good to be learning, and you will have to learn because it is so changing so quickly that we always have to be up to date in our knowledge. So the internet is full of great training programs. The real challenge is finding out which one is best for you. So when you're thinking about what do I need to learn next, here are some things to consider. Are you going to use it for your business? That is, of course, your first primary question. Don't go learning something if it's not relevant to your business. For example, my business is not really relevant in Instagram. Just because of the training I have and everything, I do a few quotes there, but Instagram is for a different market and a different business, and so I don't learn too much about Instagram because there's plenty of other social media platforms that I do need to know. So are you going to be using this that you're going to learn right now? I know there's a lot of attractive and interesting and promises made for these new training programs, but are they relevant to your business? Look at your learning priorities. We discussed that in a previous episode where we looked at what we needed to learn and what we want to learn, and we put them into different lists, and then we took most of the ones from the need to learn and made them into a priority, and the want to learn is the last in our priorities. So what do you need now to learn? And find a training program to fulfill that need. So focus on your goal for the immediate future and what do you need to learn right now. So choose the program that you're going to be learning based on whether or not it will get you to your goal. It has to be something you can use today because of course you'll be learning it today and your learning has to be effective. So ask yourself whether you have the time to do it, to do the learning, and try to work on it a little at a time daily. That's the best way to move forward with it, especially if it is a priority learning that you do want to get in order to move your business forward. Before buying anything, look at your schedule and decide when will you have your training time. So, for example, if you've looked at a training program and it's about an hours worth of video, do you have enough time to do a full hour on looking at a video, or should you compartmentalize it into 10 minutes a day and just take longer to do it? So that's an important question would also be, ask yourself, do you really need it right now? Some tasks you can outsource, delegate to others, or automate. For example, you don't maybe need to know all there is about bookkeeping. You could outsource your bookkeeping or delegate it to one of your assistants to maybe make a landing page or learn about Google Analytics, or you can automate it by getting someone else to set it up, the automation for you. So ask yourself, most important, do you really need it? Most training requires some investment of time and energy, and the end result may not be worth it. So what is the end result of any training that you will be taking? Research each product that you're considering and also check out the reviews. There'll be positive and there'll be negative reviews. And of course, there's always some positive reviews that are paid for. So always take everything in terms of reviews with a grain of salt and have a serious look at whether or not what they are saying is true or not. Then that will help you in your decision of whether or not you should actually buy the product and learn how to use it. So look especially for honest negative reviews, because honest reviews will certainly have some of the positives as well as the negatives about the product, and they won't all be completely negative. So ask yourself, does that product that you want to learn about, does it cover everything that you need to know? So for example, does it cover everything you need to know about how to set up your sales page and put a sales button on it if we're in the internet marketing world? Or ask yourself, does it cover everything you need to know in terms of creating leads? And if not, why not? Maybe there's something better out there that will cover everything so that your time, which is valuable, will be used appropriately and it will be able to learn it quicker. So will the product cover everything you need to know? Will it only cover part of the process, and you have to purchase another product in order to learn more, in order to fulfill your goal. So have a plan to follow through the training that is written out as a schedule, if you decide to buy it, of course. And first of all, you have to figure out from your end goals whether or not you'll be able to do it. Because you can easily get busy, you can get distracted, you can lose interest and find other ideas that you want to focus on, and then you lose focus on completing the training for which you bought, and you never finish the training. So it's always good to decide on an end goal deadline of when you want to actually do the training and finish it so that you can implement, or if it's a training that you can implement at the same time that you're learning about it, you can figure out a deadline in order to make sure that you get it done and do the training. So have a look at the training program there and see how many hours they say it is, and then divide it into certain, say, half an hour per day, and then put it into a schedule, write it down, and work backwards and see, do you have enough time in order to do the training for the end goal of getting this done by deadline? Or will it take too long and this product is maybe not right for you? So to finish the training and then work backwards to divide up the days with some training each day to keep yourself on track. So always remember that you always are learning with the end result in mind, and how that learning will move your business forward. So always remember, when you're ever getting some training, what is the result that you want to get from having completed the training, and is that result valuable enough that you want to spend the time, half an hour per day, in order to complete that training by a certain deadline? Because that's half an hour a day that you're not doing your business or getting sales. But if this training will actually complete and make a process that will help you making your sales or getting your leads, and you feel that it's valuable enough to learn, then have a look at what the time commitment will be to make that decision on whether or not you need to do that learning. But if that, for example, I had the opportunity to, if I did a certification on one program, that I could do another program for free rather than having to pay a large fee, and then I would be able to be certified, and I could train others on how to do this program. Well, I had a look at the program, and I had a look at the product, and I felt that the product itself wasn't really relevant to my market, and I probably would be a disservice to my market if I actually promoted that product, and because I just happened to be certified in that product. So I decided not to go forward with that product certification, because it's more important in my time to do sales and create sales pages and create this, for example. So you always have to be making these decisions as an entrepreneur as to whether or not you need to do the training, what is the end result of the training, and will you have the time to do the training. I have a free workbook called From Learning to Business Success at jgtips.com/learn, which help you focus on your priorities when learning and creating a schedule of your learning, and it has a few workbook activities that you can do in order to set up your next 3 months or 6 months of training, depending on what you feel you need to learn. That's at jgtips.com/learn. As well, I always have the Develop Your Success Mindset at jgtips.com/s-mindset, and that talks about how you train your brain to have success mindset, because as an entrepreneur, we always have stress and challenges as we struggle, and we're having fun, but we're also struggling. So it's always good to be able to have training your brain to have the positive success mindset that it needs in order to move forward with your business. So that's at jgtips.com/smindset. And of course, you can always go look at some previous episodes of Mindset Monday at jgtips.com/YouTube. So that's it for me. Believe it or not, I have another episode on willingness to learn because it is a priority as an entrepreneur in order to move forward with your business, is that you're always learning new skills and knowledge, because the internet is changing so quickly. Technology is changing so quickly. I just did an article on my blog on augmented reality, and also on it, and basically those goggles that you use for virtual reality, they're only $297. So they've gone way down in price, and it looks like we'll all be having Google goggles on our face in the near future, because when the goggles are only $197 and the software and games are reasonable, you'll have everyone playing in virtual reality. So it's always good as an entrepreneur to keep up to date on trends and keep up to date on your learning, because you may not want to learn how to program a virtual reality program, but you certainly will understand that the next time you see someone with those goggles. Bye for now. Jane Gardner. Thank you for listening. This has been Jane Gardner at Solopreneur Success Strategies. Please go and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs, and also to find out about other programs as well over at jgtips.com/programs. And over there we have a free mindset magazine for you to check out at jgtips.com/mindset offer. So welcome. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again here tomorrow, as this is a 7-day-a-week show on mindset, your customer, getting your message out on social media and on your website, talking about strategies, talking about business systems, talking about all kinds of things, including the skills that you need as a solopreneur. So please come back and subscribe at jgtips.com/programs. Thank you.